They were telling you were too old for Disney, too young for Nickelodeon. And you mentioned that you had tattoos, and that's kind of why?
Yeah, man. I had tattoos since I was 14, so I remember just standing in front of them, and they was just like, nah. It was, having tattoos back in 2010, 2011, you was a rebel.
Yeah, especially as a 14-year-old.
Right,
yeah.
He was a biker. He was a gangbanger.
Yeah, they were probably like, who's this tatted up 14-year-old man? He just got done working third shift.
Right, exactly.
What's up? Welcome back to the Chop Shop. Today we are here with Cortez Smith. What's up, Cortez?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm good.
Pleasure to be here.
Thanks for coming. So you are from the west side of Chicago?
Yes, sir. West side of Chicago, L-Town, originally.
Okay. I heard you talking a little bit before about how you feel like west side doesn't get the same representation. No. Where I think you mentioned like you got Kanye and Chance the Rapper, and people only think about the south side. And like, who are some west side like artists and influencers that you look up to?
Oh, Twista for sure.
Yeah, Twista's the one that comes to mind too.
Because he was very accessible back when I was a kid. Like, he always came to like tournaments that we had on the west side. He always threw little events that, and he actually came and talked to the people.
So he was actually in the community. He didn't just like leave. Yeah. He stuck around.
And this when he was in his peak too. So like when he was making songs with Kanye West. And,
yeah. That's awesome. Do you remember seeing him around as a kid?
Yeah. Always. Him and this. It's funny. It's this pimp called Don Juan.
Yeah, I know about Don Juan.
Yeah. Don Juan. Yeah.
Oh my God.
He used to always come around and like give us like motivational speeches about stay out the streets.
Don Juan too?
Yeah, he used to give us.
You don't need to be in the streets. You could be pimping.
He kept $2 bills, and he used to give us like $2 bills and stuff.
No fucking way.
Yeah, man.
He kept $2 bills.
Yes, that was dope. That was dope to have a pimp tell you stay out the streets and give you $2 bills and shit. Yeah.
I once knew a pimp named Bobby Buttermilk.
Bobby Buttermilk.
Right? Isn't that a great name? And he used to carry around those like Sacagawea dollars. He was crazy. So we lived in the same apartment complex, and he was he would always invite me over, and on TV would be Gangland on Mute. Remember Gangland on the History Channel?
For sure.
Yeah, Gangland on Mute. Sure. He showed me so many cool records, like old jazz, like Stan Getz stuff, and like Joe Beam, and like really cool shit. And he would just give me a bag of weed, and he goes, "You roll, I'll talk." And I would sit there for like 6 hours and roll joints, and these women would come in and out. It was just the most wild shit.
That's dope, bro.
He didn't give me any motivational speeches, though.
Well, I mean, he told you the game, though.
He did. He told me a lot about pimping. He really did, yeah. I don't know if I've applied that knowledge.
You don't slap this way, you slap that way.
Yeah. Oh, man. He said some pretty inspiring. One thing he said that I thought was really cool, it's not really cool, but like I've found to be like true. He said, this is how he said it. He said, within 30 seconds of meeting you, a bitch decides if she's gonna fuck you or not. It doesn't matter if she fucks you in a day, a year, or 10 years. She decides. And that just changed my whole world. I was like, it has nothing. All it is in the first 30 seconds.
You're right. I mean, they do. You just gotta, basically.
Then you gotta be patient.
You gotta be patient, right? And then you gotta talk your way into it, because it's a lot of women that told me that they wanted to with a guy, but he talked himself out of it.
Right, you got to sit there and shut up.
You got to shut up.
Yeah, we say dumb stuff, man, as dudes.
Yeah, it's about mannerisms and everything. You just be cool about it. But not too cool, because they're going to seem like you're not interested in it.
Yeah. All right, so you're from the west side of Chicago. Twisted, definitely. That's what I think of as well. Just curious, like, what came to your mind? Because I remember you saying that, and I thought that was interesting. And I was like, you're right. There isn't the same kind of, like, outside of Chicago or like Illinois representation of that, on like even on an international level.
Mm-hmm.
So you had talked about too before having the kind of walk away from like your home and like separate from like the hood in order to like be successful, or there was a point in that? Did you find that challenging, and was that like all at once, or was that like over time you're like, hey, I just don't vibe with these people anymore?
No, it was some incidents that just showed me disloyalty with the guys that I grew up with, and especially when I was like taking my modeling serious and acting serious, I was hearing like little rumors that I was, just to taking that extra step, I was homosexual. That's what they were saying, because I chose to wear the tighter clothes that fitted, and I was ahead of the game. You know, they wasn't they were still wearing baggy jeans and clothes off Madison Pulaski. Ain't nothing wrong with that at all. But I was shopping at Zara and H&M and, you know, wearing designer quicker than them. So when I did that, disassociated myself, I started to go downtown more and going to like Hyde Park and different places that people that like what I do. And I see myself progressing more and getting further. And then when I come back to the neighborhood, they at the same spot that I left them at. So I'm like, well, it's not hard math to know that them guys ain't going nowhere and I'm elevating. It's nothing but love. You know what I mean? I still go back to my old neighborhood and, you know, check on them and talk to them. But I just know I had to do different stuff, because I know that the streets is going to literally either give me the two choices, jail or death, and I didn't want that, because I seen it so much as a child, like seeing my uncles go through it and seeing my cousins and my best friends get taken away due to the streets. So I'm like, no, I gotta go in a different direction. Okay.
So it just kind of made sense to you. You're just kind of like, yeah, this isn't adding up anymore.
It wasn't at all. And then that really hurt my heart when I was just hearing the rumors about, like, you know, yeah, he might be gay and all that. I was just like, that's crazy for them to think.
Because you're modeling and acting.
I mean, it's far-fetched.
He's acting? Is he gay?
Right.
It's such a funny.
It's far-fetched though, because you got to think about it. Everything is tough. We always, like in the neighborhood, we always built to be tough. We can't show no emotions. Like everything you got to be stern with. And if you go and say, oh, I want to take pictures, they're like, oh, wait, hold on, wait a minute. Yeah, so I had to move around, man, and just search the world, man. I just had to go out on a leap of faith, and it got me here.
What point of your career was this? Like it wasn't like that early on, was it? Or was it pretty early?
Yeah, it was super early, man. It was super. I was still like early teens when it
oh wow, okay. So you were still like coming up in the world.
Yeah, I was about like a kid? 17, like 17, 18, yeah, still.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's right before I graduated out of high school.
I heard you, when you got into this, it was like a little bit, your grandma or your mom or somebody signed you up for some sort of like Discover something?
Yeah, it was a talent search called Pro Scout. My grandmother actually got me in to stay out of trouble, because around that time my uncle was murdered in 2010. So that December, she had just put me in. She put me in it because she heard about it from a coworker. And she was like, the coworker was like, yeah, my son is in X, Y, and Z. And then she was like, my grandson can do the same thing. And we went in there December 2010, and I didn't know nothing about acting at all. I didn't even know what a monologue was, a headshot.
And I didn't know anything. Sorry if you said it. How old are you at this time?
16.
16, okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would have no idea what that shit
I didn't know what it was. I just went in there, just winged it. And I ended up coming in last place, and was signed with an agency called Babes and Bows from they in the suburbs of Chicago.
Okay. Mm-hmm. What kind? They got you like print ad work and like stuff like that?
Yep. I did stuff for Groupon. I did a lot of stuff for Groupon when I first got in the industry, and then I had a few auditions, and I landed my first gig with Spike Lee in the summertime for
No way.
Yeah, it was a one-liner, but it was enough to.
That's still amazing.
It was enough to get in the industry and figure out what was it about. And
you did this through your first agency?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. And then I ended up spending the whole summer with Spike Lee. He just took likings to me, man, and just had me shadow him the whole summer and just learn how to learn my marks, what's lighting, what sounds, everything, like how to break down the script. I hung out with Nick Cannon, Lala, shout out to her. That's crazy, full circle moment. She on our show now. And just I got to meet Angela Bassett, Samuel L. Jackson.
Wow.
Man, this was some legends that I got to. Shout out to Wesley Snipes and Dave Chappelle for just breaking it down, the whole script and the scenery. He was. I remember when Wesley Snipes was like, "All right, well, Dave Chappelle, he gonna go right there. He doing this and that, and this is the scene. So this is how they breaking down the scene, just to understand and put my mindset in the world of what's going on. That was amazing."
Was all right. So taking it back a little bit too, when your grandma signed you up for this, was this something you've expressed interest in, or was she like, I think my grandson will be good at this, like keep him out of trouble, give him something to do, or like had you always wanted to do this?
No, I think it was a given talent. Like, you know, when the camcorders first came out in the 90s and the early 2000s, like I was in front of the camera always. I was like reenacting little favorite movie scenes that I did. I was singing different songs. I was always in front of the camera, and then every time we had cookouts or something, I would learn whatever dance that was out, the Dougie, the stinky leg, all that, and I was hitting it like my life was depending on it, to the point that I got tired. I'm like, all right, now, like I'm not hitting the Dougie every cookout. Like, this was crazy. I felt like it was a job, but yeah,
that's so funny because I remember that kind of shit as a kid, where you just like in your room practicing, like they are gonna fucking love this. Yeah. That was like the great. If I could come to school tomorrow and do this.
Oh, Thriller had it. Like I remember studying like Thriller. I'm like, I had to perform the right way in front of them. Like that was my all-time goal.
Oh my God. So for you, this goes back quite a bit, actually. Well before that.
Yeah, this back 4 or 5 years old.
So your family knew. Your family knew, like, hey, like we got to figure out how to get him into this. This is something he enjoys, or like could be good at, whatever. Like it got you started.
You're right.
That's amazing. Do you consider Spike Lee to be kind of a mentor? Do you still did you keep in touch after that?
Actually, no, I didn't. But I do. I give him a lot of flowers and I give him his, I give a big thanks to him for even, considering, me and, having me shadow him the whole summer. But no, we don't talk. I actually seen him at the All-Star game last year. And he remembered me, but he was on the go. Like, he was like, hey, what's up, Cortez? And then I shook his hand. But he had to do a speech or something for the game or whatnot, so I didn't get a chance to chop it up with him. But I definitely, man, I've been manifesting this. I am going to be on one of his films, and we are going to be talking about the whole thing. Or I'm going to see him on the red carpet and be like, I told you.
Amazing. That'd be a cool moment to like have that come full circle for you.
Yeah, I'll probably drop a tear, bro. No lie. Because it's like, man, because he seen it though. He told me, he was like, man, I can give, he said literally, he told me, I can give you an opportunity, but I want you to earn it. And then he told me all the guys that he helped, like, look at Samuel, look at Martin, like, I helped these guys, you know what I mean? And I want to do the same for you. I'm going to have you, to shadow me the whole summer. Man, that was enough.
That's amazing. That's a very cool, unique and cool opportunity.
Yes.
You've mentioned like before when you first got started that you felt you were too old for Disney, or they were telling you were too old for Disney, too young for Nickelodeon. And you mentioned that you had tattoos, and that's kind of why?
Yeah, man. I had tattoos since I was 14, so I remember just standing in front of them, and they was just like, nah. They was, having tattoos back in 2010, 2011, you was a rebel.
Yeah, especially as a 14-year-old.
Right,
yeah.
He was a biker. He was a gangbanger.
Yeah, they were probably like, who's this tatted up 14-year-old man? You just got done working third shift.
Right, exactly. I definitely got it in the basement. It was a basement tat.
What were your tattoos, and where were your tattoos at 14?
It was a cross. That was my first tattoo. I just got a cross
on your forearm.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that was the thing back in the day. You had a forearm cross, or you had the initials in the back.
Okay.
In the back of your muscles or whatnot. But yeah, man, I remember.
Oh shit, Corey's got one too.
Oh yeah, we got the cross.
Did you do that how old were you?
18.
That's close, man. That's like your first tattoo.
That's everybody's first tattoo, man.
Yeah.
You have to get a cross, man. Get that crucifix on the forearm, man.
Yeah. Where did you get it done? Like, was it like done professionally somewhere?
Yes, Madison and Pulaski, MP Mall.
Madison Pulaski, you go there if you want an underage tattoo. If you're 13 trying to figure out how can I get tatted up, Madison and Pulaski.
Madison and Pulaski, you can get you an airbrush shirt, some Jordans, tattoos, a good meal, and a bag of weed at the same time. Oh, and some liquor, because it's a liquor store right there too, so you can get all in one. Don't have to leave.
Hell of a streak.
And an ear piercing. You can get everything.
Oh my God.
In one shop. That was crazy. But yeah, man, I was 16, standing in front of Nickelodeon reps and Disney reps, and they was just like, nah, you too old, and you're too old for one, and you too young with a tattoo for the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was crazy, man. I remember I had a big audition for Walmart too, and I was standing in front of the reps, and they was like, wait, what is that on your arm? Lift your arm, your sleeve up. And I'm like, you can see they was like, Like, nah.
Damn. So you put on long sleeves and
I
they
did.
saw
I had
it?
a thermal under the shirt, and I pulled it up a little bit.
Oh my God.
They're like, what? Hold on, what's that?
Was that like a devastating moment for you? Were you kind of like, I don't know if I could do this? Or
Yeah,
were you like focused on the future?
Yeah, I pretty much gave up a little bit. That's why I really told my mom, like, I'm giving up because I made a choice in my life that I shouldn't so early. And she didn't say I told you so, but she gave me that nod, like, I mean.
Yeah. I was pretty pissed when you got this. Now you know why.
Right. So, I mean, yeah. But, yeah, I definitely snuck and got it, and I was hiding it for a while.
Yeah. How long did you keep it hidden from your mom in your own house?
A year.
A year?
A year.
Through the summer, you were just always in long sleeves.
Long sleeve.
How much did that suck?
A lot. I was fucking sweating, like, I'm talking about hot. I remember just, she caught me because I took out the trash. She was like, take the trash, and I forgot to put my shirt on. I was like, what the fuck? Come here. What is that? Yeah. Slap instantly. I'm like, damn. Well, it's here now. After she caught me, I just started getting more. I'm like, fuck it. We here
at that point.
Right.
Yeah.
I tried to get her name and try to make that, like, justify, like, look, I got your name, though. She was like, hell no.
Yeah, she probably still pissed. Yeah. Another thing you're going to have to remove.
Right.
Oh, my God. Okay, so pretty devastating not to get that. What was your, like, first big role after that? Was it with Spike Lee?
Yeah, it was
your first, like, I guess, thing to, like, keep that momentum going.
No, it was sporadic. It was like, Chirac, that was 2015. Yeah, it was 2015. Later 2015, probably like, I think, late summer, fall. Matter of fact, no, I'm doing that wrong. My first actual booking was a one-liner for Chicago PD, and they ended up cutting it. I had a scene where I was a gangbanger that was meeting some Latin gangbangers, and the deal went wrong, and I got shot in the head. In a fucking blizzard, I had to lay like this, like I was dead the whole time.
Oh my God.
They pouring fake blood to the point that they poured so much that my head was like literally frozen to the ground. And I was like, damn. So I had a real bad, I got the flu after that.
Oh my God, yeah.
Real bad flu.
And you're how old now? Like 18?
No, 2015, I was, man, my math is off right now. Probably like 20.
20? Okay.
Yeah, like 20. Yeah.
Okay.
And then Chirac came after that.
Okay.
And that was in the summer. And then I didn't book nothing else all the way until 2019, and that was The Chi. And
God.
Then that's when I started taking modeling more serious, because I moved to LA 2015 of December. And I was just like, well, if the acting not working, then I'm gonna just use my looks, and that's when I started doing like LA Fashion Week. The LA Fashion Week, I used to do fit modeling for Mountain Dew and Red Bull. So fit modeling is basically you are a human mannequin that they fit the clothes on before they actually send it out to the stores.
Oh, so it's like in the warehouse then?
No,
like
you go into their office. So I went to their office in Santa Monica, and I went in. They had like a dressing room, and then I had to try on different jackets and different jackets and shirts. Harley Davidson, I did that for too, for jackets and like shirts and stuff that I did fit modeling for. And I made a lot of money with that. And they never, like, you would never know about fit modeling.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah.
So fit modeling is when you go to, like, they basically, you're like the last line of defense before the clothes goes out.
Right.
They're like, if this dude looks bad, no, we're not doing
it.
Right.
And the size that I was, it was like the modern guy size. Like, you know what I mean? I was wearing a size like 32 medium shirt. Mm-hmm. I had a size 11 shoe and like a large jacket size.
Yeah, so it was like, for them, they were like, yeah.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
Right, I was doing that. That was actually paying my bills for a while. Like, they'd call me. I remember being in Chicago. They'd call me. They was like, yeah, we need you tomorrow. I'm like, bet. Go out there, make a couple $1,000 and come back home.
That's crazy. Mm-hmm. When you moved to LA, did you feel the, I guess, not so much culture, but like acting culture was different out there, and like the gigs you were getting or the people around them?
Man, it was fucking hard, bro. Like, you got to think about every person from around the world goes to LA looking for the same thing. So you got 10 guys that look like you. I remember being signed to this big agency, and this guy named Don Benjamin was on the same, he was a big model at the time. We was on the same we was on the same agent. So every audition I went to, this fucking guy was there. He was light-skinned, blue-green eyes, beard, tattoos. I'm like, fuck, I mean, I might as well not even waste my time.
He's like your arch nemesis.
Right,
Yeah.
he was. I'm like, to the point that I'm like, let me get this fucking guy number, man. Let me talk to him and get some
Are you going?
pointers. Right.
Don't go to this one.
Yeah, man. But I just kept going. Like, I just created my own lane. And that's what woke me up to be like, you can't be like no one else. You have to focus on who you are and master that shit and go after it. And came back to Chicago, and I'm like, man, I can't give up, right? I have to get another agency.
So
And
you
then
went out to LA in 2015?
2015
and you
to
came back to Chicago.
2019 officially, yeah.
So when you came back to Chicago, you hadn't booked the Chi yet, and
No.
then that ended up happening, I guess, it seems pretty quick, in the same year.
It was quick. All right, so what got me, okay, I'm skipping around stories. So 2015 December, I moved to LA, and then what was making me come back officially, I lost my younger brother and my cousin due to gun violence. So I was coming back.
Sorry.
Yeah, thank you. I was coming back more to the city because it was just like I was going through so much PTSD in LA. Like, going through that shit alone is not for the weak, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and then my daughter, I found out about her September 2017. So I'm like, man, I have to come back. So started coming back. I still had my stuff in storage in LA 2018, but I was definitely present in Chicago because I had to be there for my daughter or whatnot. Kind of gave it up in a way, and got a regular job. And one day I just woke up to like, man, I need something else. Like, this is not my life. Like, getting up, working a 9 to 5 every day is just not for me. It was just taking so much youth from me. You know what I mean? So 2019, it was like the springtime. I'm just like, fuck it. I'm gonna just go out and do the same thing I did to get known in LA. I'm gonna do the same thing here. You know what I mean? I didn't burn any bridges or nothing.
And what was that? When you said to do the same thing I did to get known, like when you went out to like hit the streets and grind, like what did you do?
Man, I was taking any auditions. I was on Model Mayhem. I was on Actors Access.
You just got busy and got in there.
On it. Just sending out my resume. As soon as I got to LA, I looked up on Google top agencies in LA, and I just sent pictures and emailed the agent. I didn't email the agency. I looked up who the agent was, found out they contact information on LinkedIn, and I sent them direct messages like, hey, my name is Cortez Smith. I'm 21 years old, 6'1". I'm standing at probably I think I was like 165, 170 at that time. Got modeling experience. Just told them my whole bio, and man, one of the biggest ones ended up signing me. That's how I did that.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And then that's what you did when you came back to Chicago. You said, I know how to do it. Let me just do it here.
Same thing. And then I ended up getting picked up by a small boutique agency called Lori Lynn. Shout out to them. Went in there. I did like a cold read, and they ended up signing me. And that was in May. In August, I had the audition for Nuck. And I went in there. I knew I had that shit. Like, I looked at, it was probably like 20 other guys in there, bro. Bigger than me. Probably look better than me, but I knew it. I'm like, I got this, bro.
Yeah.
Nobody taking this from me. I'm tired of having so many no's. Fucking Empire ruined my dreams. That was another one. That was another dream killer.
Was that like a goal of yours, that show?
Empire?
Yeah.
Yes. Like, I wanted to be an Empire bad, bro. Like, they was giving out jobs almost. I was hearing that they was giving jobs to extras on a set. Like, they walked in, they seen the fucking guy. He was like, he look good. Give him a script. You know how to read a script? Fucking put him in a TV show.
That's cool.
Like, why I can't be in it? Like, you know what I mean? I was too cute for one of them. I was too clean cut for another one. I wasn't tough looking enough. I'm like, God damn, what is it? So I was like, kind of gave up on that. But the Chi went in there, man, killed that audition, bro. And I just let it go. I didn't even think about it no more. I got a call from my grandmother. She was like, have you heard from the Chi? Because that was her favorite show at the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was her favorite show.
You came on season 3 or season 2? Okay.
Yeah, season 3, yeah. That was her favorite show. I didn't even want to watch it. Why? Because I was kind of salty of them too. It was back 2015 when they didn't have, it was no title to the show. It was called, I think it was called The Chicago Story or something. It was untitled. And I had an audition for them. And I remember meeting Kofman and everybody. And they liked me. They loved me. I'm like, all right, I'm on it. Never heard nothing else from them. I seen Kofman in LA. At Serena Williams, she had like a YMCA opener for her sister that passed away. And I seen coming. I'm like, damn, what's up, bro? What's up with the audition? I thought I did good. He was like, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna let you know. Nothing. So I was just like, when I seen the shot come out, I'm like, there's no way this fucking show that I did an audition for.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I was salty, bro. I didn't even want to watch it. My grandma like, no, it's a good show. I can see you on this show. You should watch it. To the point that she called all the grandkids and the family over, and we thinking that she's cooking a Sunday dinner. She had us fucking watching the shots. It was the shot party, a watch party, and I'm just like, why do you got me watching this? I don't want to watch it. And it ended up being good. And Reggie was like one of my favorite characters on there. I'm like, fuck.
Did you feel that way at the time? Like, okay, all right, Grandma, this is good, or did it take more time after that?
No, I had watched it on my own.
Okay.
I didn't want to tell her it was good because she was like, I told you, right? It's a good show. It reminded her of The Wire. She loved The Wire, too.
Oh, yeah.
So it reminded her of that. So, man, when she called, she was like, did you hear anything about them? Like, you should call them. I'm like, Grandma, it don't work like that. You can't call them. Like, just forget it. If they call me, they do. If they don't, oh, well. And she was like, you need to have more faith. So I get off the phone where I'm literally working a job. I was working a pesticide job at Spring Green in the car. So I get a call from my agent, and they was just like, yeah, we got a call back, but it's another guy that they're interested in. So don't get too excited. But, congrats for them even considering you. We'll give you a call back when we hear from them. They called back 10 minutes later and said, congratulations, you got the job.
No fuck, were they fucking with you?
Yeah, they was fucking with me. So,
oh my God, that's so mean.
Bro. Man.
You could have made so many life decisions in that 10 minutes. You could have been like, I just signed up for the Marines. Right. Can you get me out of this?
Man, so I pulled over, sat on the curb, and I just like cried, man. Like, damn, this is it, bro. This is it. And the rest is history, bro. Like, I really don't hear a lot of stories where a person I probably got to look more into it, but a person get cast for a small role and it ended up turning like that. Did
you ever find out if when you actually went into auditioning and get the part, if they remembered you from the beginning?
Yes, I actually seen the casting director of the newer season that we was filming. I seen her. We had like an HR meeting, and she seen me for the first time since that audition, and she gave me a big hug. So I'm so proud of you. Like, it's amazing to see how you transition to this big character. Like, no one expected it. And then she was like, whatever you're doing, keep doing it. I love it.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Yeah, that was amazing, man.
You were talking a little bit earlier, like, same work ethic in LA as you had here. Did you feel Chicago was like a better city for you? Did you feel like the vibe was better? Or like, was it just you feel like you came here and like struck gold?
No, man, it was, everything was calling me back. Like, having my brother, he was murdered 2016, and then right after that, my cousin, he was murdered 2017. So it was, and then just going through all of that out there, it was just so much to process as a 22, 23-year-old, just going through all of that post-traumatic stress. Like,
so you needed to come home.
I needed to come home to reset. I was fucking having panic attacks and like out of nowhere. I remember pulling up to a light. I was in Santa Monica. I used to go to Venice Beach a lot to just think and just meditate. And I remember pulling up at the light, and this regular like car just pulled up, wasn't even paying attention to me. I fucking sped off in the next lane thinking that I'm about to get shot at because of my mind was just like, it was out of it. So came back, then hearing the news about my daughter, hearing the news about that in August, it was just like, everything was just like, just come back and reset. You can always, LA is going to be there. You can always go back there. So when I came, I just took a step away from like modeling and acting, because every day I was on myself hard. Like, you got to give it 110%. You got to do this. Why are you sitting around? You need to be doing this. People was outside doing it. You not. So I took a step back and just got a regular job. And that was at Spring Green, and that was the longest job I ever had. I usually keep jobs probably 3 to 6 months. I was at that job for 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah, 2 years, and it was a seasonal job. So you work from March until like October, and then you free November, December. So it gave me room to go back.
What did you say? It was a pesticide?
It was a pesticide herbicide job. Spring Green.
Okay.
You ever heard of that?
Spring Green. Yeah, True Green. It has nothing to do with Gotham Green, does it? Is
No.
it different? Okay.
No,
yeah, I know
no.
True Green, yeah.
Yeah, we go and spray pesticide under the perimeter of people's houses and
Oh, wow.
herbicide for the weeds and all that, the weed killer and stuff, and did that for literally 2 years. And then I just woke up one day like, man, I can't do this, bro. I can't keep doing this. And man, I just took a leap of faith, and I promise you, I wish that I would have done that sooner, but I mean, everything happened for a reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's
timing is
definitely
everything.
timing. Yeah,
Yeah.
timing worked out. You said something earlier that I liked, that I think a lot of people have an issue with. I know I do. Like, where you're like, I just got to keep going. I got to keep working. Like, and you don't think of it as like you're exhausting yourself, but you are. Because like, I know my issue is like, I have all this shit, right? I'm always traveling. I'm always doing shows. I do the podcast. I write. Like, I just have a lot of things happening. And then the minute I get some downtime, I feel like shit.
Yes.
And it's like, I think that's a really big thing that you mentioned, because like, I think we work ourselves too hard and like forget how to relax.
You're right, because this game is whatever you hunt, that's what you eat. So if you don't hunt, you don't eat.
Yeah.
And bills don't give a shit. If you got kids, they don't give a shit. They're trying to figure out what you got going on. They just want it at that moment.
Well, yeah.
You know what I mean? As they should, though. You know what I mean? Like, as they should. If you got a girlfriend, I mean,
she could understand. The kid, I get.
Right. But she like, all right, come on.
She gets it.
We need a trip or something. Like, it's been far too long. But yeah, man, you're right. Like, this is the first time in my career, in my life, that I am okay where I'm at. You know what I mean? I am okay with life. I'm comfortable. I'm getting close with God. I'm working out more, and I'm just taking a step back, and I'm really letting things come to me. So when it does come to me, I can be prepared. Instead of going out and stressing myself out trying to find the next gig, just keep preparing yourself, sharpen your tools. I'm still taking theater classes right now. So when my time comes, I'm gonna give it. You thought I did a good job on that last project, but watch this, because I'm strengthening all of my tools.
Do you feel like a lot of the important gigs you get come from, I guess, that, not you seeking them and them coming to you? Like, you wouldn't have missed them either way? Like, they didn't require you to, like, go hit the pavement and pass out your resume? Or, like, you think it's all kind of a balance?
I think it's a balance, man. I think it's a balance because you pray for it, then you manifest it, then you go work. And then, so the biggest gig that I have worked on is The Shy, of course. But that comes from manifestation, working hard, and being a good guy. But everything else coming towards me, it could be organic, because it'll be from people watching the show. But I'm still a hustler. Like, I'm going to get it.
Yeah. So I like that balance too. It's not so much trying to make opportunities happen where there isn't, but like capitalizing on where an opportunity presents itself.
Right.
When you talk a little bit about, you said something really interesting. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Oh, you were talking about faith a lot. You mentioned like your grandma had told you to have faith when you didn't hear back from The Shy right away. Do you feel like that's a like reoccurring theme in your life, where you try and have faith, and it like is that like something that's important to you, that you've like relied on your faith?
Yes, for sure, because, man, the 2 stories I told you about of me losing my close family members, that referred back to having faith, because that's just not the only thing I've been through that was traumatic. And I feel like if I didn't have God in my life, or if I didn't know the proper ways to, just let God handle things, I probably would have been fucking batshit crazy somewhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So just keeping my faith and just understanding that things happen for a reason, and strengthening you, to fueling the fire of what your purpose is in life. You know what I mean? That's what's keeping me going. That's what's, keeping me moving forward, and not letting everything that goes on in my life, take over. I
like that. I have one more question for you on this same kind of like path, and then we'll lighten the mood a little bit. But it sounds like with you look at things as like a balance, like from a spiritual perspective, a career perspective, and like a physical perspective, like being healthy. Do you find that like when you take care of yourself, that's when you do the best? Or do you find rather when you're doing the best, you have the wanted maybe ability to take care of yourself?
You got to take care of yourself first, man. You got to take, because if you don't take care of yourself, how could you pour into others? And I always tell my friends and my family around that, make sure you put yourself first, man. God, yourself, and then anybody else under that, under the, the totem pole that you got, man. Because if you're not 100%, how could I be there for anybody? You'll go crazy.
Yeah.
You have to be selfish in that way. You got to put yourself first because you can be able to give to others. You have to.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it. I mean, I don't know if other people think like that, but
I agree. I had to figure that out too a little bit, and I still work on it. But it's like, it's the selfishness you have to take to like kind of not be selfish and like be able to give back to people. Right. You do have to take time for you. I agree 100%.
Yeah, because nobody gonna do you better than you. You know what I mean? Like, we talk to ourselves. I don't know if y'all do, but you talk to yourself on a constant basis of like,
I have all these arguments in my head I don't want to be having with people. I'm in the shower and I was like, ooh, glad that argument's over.
Right. So you got to get yourself right, man. You got to take care of yourself.
Some people don't have that.
They don't?
I heard that some people don't have that in their head. That, internal monologue. Wow. I don't know if that's true.
Some people don't. Like,
it makes sense sometimes.
No.
Well, we talked to JC Rivera yesterday, the Bear Champ, and I was amazed by like how visual he was. I was like asking him, do you see like the picture before it's done, like, or you just start drawing and you put the lines together? He's like, no, I see the whole thing. I see where all the lines go. Like, my brain just doesn't work like that. Like,
no, he's blessed. That's a talent,
right? I think that's cool. And like, some people don't have that inner dialogue. Like, I don't know, they see pictures or something.
That's I wish I had that. Man, I wish I had a talent to draw, bro. Or just I can?
Man, it's not too late. Like, we can do whatever we want. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, one thing, when you get in your 30s, like, I found some good success in my 20s, and you get to this point where you just don't even know what to do. And I dig up hobbies from when I was a kid, and just like that I put away for, the last 10 years going through high school or college. And man, like, I want to pull out the saxophone again and the trumpet and the guitar. And I don't even know how to play the guitar very well or the piano, but like, we're smart adults. Like, if you want to learn the piano, start learning now. You could be literally the best piano player in 5-6 years from now that ever lived. It just takes that first action. Like, I want to get more into painting again, like hanging around all these artists. It's going to be hard to learn those basic skills, like how to hold the brush and like how much to put on the brush. But if you just keep doing it, like, you're going to start making some masterpieces. Right. And no matter what you do, like, I don't know, I'll kind of like a hit at like Jake Paul or whatever. But if I was like a mega millionaire and I had all the time to go get in the best shape and the best nutritionist, and I just, obviously the drive is what got him there. Like, no doubt. That's the key to everything is action and drive. But when you have the resources or you don't, just keep doing it, you're going to get to where you want to be, So let's paint.
Let's do it. That's why
Nick, a resident motivational speaker and pimp.
You're right. And a pimp.
You can't be a motivational speaker and not be a pimp.
Right. He definitely just made me feel like I'm
yeah. I should start drawing again.
Yeah, that's why I'm taking sewing classes right now. Like, I'm big in fashion, and I want to learn, man. I want to learn how to make patterns and like know different fabrics and how the proper ways to putting pieces together, bro. Because for one, I am tired of spending so much money on samples and they fucking it up. Like, that kills me, bro. Like, to spend hundreds of dollars on something that you visualize and it come out different because that person can't see exactly what you seeing. You know what I mean? So now if I got that skill, I can just literally from the brain to my hands and now I can, be way ahead of the game, bro. I got some shit in my head. Like, I know it's going to change the game. Literally.
Yeah. Yeah. Was that something you wanted to do as a child, like kind of what Nick was saying, or is that something you want to do as an adult more so?
No, that's been since childhood. I love fashion, man. I've been loving fashion ever since been able to go out and buy my own clothes. And that was about, what, 12, 13.
Yeah.
And, man, I remember just buying stuff and just saying, but if I would have added this or tweaked this, I've been like that. So now I'm breaking it to reality.
What? Just because you mentioned, like, when I first started being able to buy clothes, I like to ask people this. Do you remember the first album you bought?
Oh, yeah. It was Lil Bow Wow.
Lil Bow Wow? How old were you? And what store?
It was at Best Buy. I was probably it's like third grade, so it was like 9.
Okay.
Yeah, like 8, 9, right?
You bought Lil Bow Wow.
Lil Bow Wow, and I was doing a Harlem Shake. Dinner, Little Bow Wow, you just don't know. I was hitting that shit with my life on the line. And my uncle used to send me off. He used to just every morning, literally 7 in the morning. Every morning, we used to hit the Harlem Shake, get ready for school. And then that, and my second album I bought, and I got fucking crucified for it, was Michael Jackson.
You got crucified for Michael Jackson?
Yes.
What album? Was it like one of the bad ones?
No, it was You Give Me Butterflies. It was that album.
Okay.
I think it was the one that he had his face on it. I think it was like grayish or something like that.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah,
that's such a classic first album. That's a great first album.
Yeah, I'll always love music too. Man, I always love music. I've always been like an artsy type of kid. But I know my uncle was just like, get the fuck out of here. You getting fucking Michael Jackson? What the fuck?
You don't know Michael Jackson. Right. I know Michael Jackson.
Fuck you think you is? But you know about that. But yeah, that was my second. I played that front to back. No lie. That and that Bow Wow album.
Do you remember a store called Coconuts that sold records?
Mm-mm.
Oh, that's where I bought my first one. It was Coconuts. It was around the time they had like Sam Goodies. I don't know if you remember that, but they sold shit. Coconuts was like a local Chicago one. They had like one in Rogers Park and one like maybe in like Logan Square at the time.
What was the first album?
It was The Blueprint. The first one, and I also bought, I forget what it was called, but it was, I think, the only album
Did you wait in line for
Fabulous ever made. No, I didn't wait in line. It was like a random walked in, bought it. It wasn't like I waited for it to come out. But man, I played that album a lot.
Let me just see if you're a true fan. When you open the album, that you take the book out,
of course,
and put it on your wall.
Of course. Yeah, and when you open it, it's a picture of Jay-Z sitting like on a ledge somewhere smoking a cigar in black and white. You can see the back of him because on the other side you see the front. Yeah, of course I put that on my wall.
Man, we don't even get that same experience no more. Albums just be coming out just like, it's like, all right, put it out, and it's out, and it's no storyline to it.
No storyline, and not to sound old, but like I do feel like there is no physical aspect or anything you own anymore. Like you were just saying, like put it on your wall.
Yeah,
you can't really do that. Like you could have like digital art, I guess, with it, but
that's not the same.
It's not the same, and I wonder if that's why I've seen a lot of albums coming back, like actual like vinyl albums. Like no one's making CDs really anymore, but like I think bands do the vinyl, and I wonder if that's why.
Probably so, because I mean, fans And I see that from my standpoint of being like a public figure now. They want a piece of you. They want to take a piece of you to make them feel like they closer to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. And having something like that is, I think, super powerful. Unless you're U2 and you try and put all your fucking songs on my goddamn iPhone.
That was the biggest scam in the fucking world.
Did anybody listen to one of those motherfucking songs? Every time it came on, just when you plugged in your iPhone into the car, I was like, oh my God, turn off YouTube.
Did they ever make a documentary that? How did they finesse that? They need to be studied.
No.
Them and Soulja Boy. Because Soulja Boy did that. He did that with a lot of songs when he first came out. He covered them like it was. He said he did that with Britney Spears too.
Really?
But he did it with Nelly and everybody. Yeah, he did it with so many different songs that was popular. And then when you turn it on, that shit was like, dun, 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 dun. It was that Crank That Soulja Boy.
Fuck that. No, too much.
You too. I don't know how y'all figured that out, but I need to take a page from their book. They fucking force everybody.
They force fed everybody an album they did not want. Like they had a couple good songs like back in the day, but like I couldn't even name you one song from U2 that's not.
It was
Sunday Bloody Sunday.
like
That's the only one I know.
Millisecond that it came on, and I was turning the shit off.
Always. Fuck that shit. Did you have any, like, when you were young, do you remember gravitating towards certain shows? Like, obviously you're an actor now. Like, were you like obsessed with certain show characters? Like, was there a sitcom you would watch all the time?
Entourage
Yeah.
made me feel like I can make it in this shit, bro. That's as a
If
kid.
these fucking idiots are selling $1 billion tequila brands.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and if you look at it, like a lot of people, like in our industry, I mean, shit, we are characters out of Entourage. We got to figure it out.
How true? How true do you feel the agent representation in Entourage is? We don't have to talk not yours specifically,
right?
Just in general in the industry.
I mean, yeah, they play a big role. They play a big role.
No, but like, I mean, Jeremy Piven plays this like slimy fucking snake. He's like, he actually cares about the guy, but he's just like anything to make a buck off of him.
Man, you can. Luckily, I've been blessed with some good people, but man, they are out here. I've been hearing horror stories.
Yeah.
Especially for artists. It's like, it's a West Side artist. I'm not gonna say a name, but he have been fucked a lot from different bad deals because the people seen the money. They didn't actually see him. You know what I mean? They didn't care for him. They cared about the money.
Damn.
And he have multi-million dollars. I know he could have made multi-millions because he got multi-million streams of the songs, but he didn't really see a large amount of money from it because the deals that he made, he literally got screwed.
Yeah, I guess every industry has their like Don King.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Someone's out there just
even with like indie films, like you have to be careful with that because you can't be quick of just taking the dollars. I know we are starving actors, well, some of them, because I don't know what other people are doing, but if you're a starving actor and you get an opportunity to do an indie film, they will try to pay you up front and you don't really get no residuals from it. So the smart thing to do for up-and-coming artists, you can have a transparent conversation with the producers or the makers of the movie and say, hey, I know you can't afford X, Y, and Z. I'm open to take a shorter cut if I get something on the back end and you give me like producer credits or something and I get a small percentage of the annual income of the movie. Now you own, it's like shareholding. Now you own parts of, and then you want to go out and promote it because it's a piece of yours now. It's your baby as well.
Do you find the films and shows that do that are more successful in general, or do you still think it's kind of like a gamble but just a better business deal for you?
It's a gamble, but it's a better business deal for me because at the end of the day, it's something that I can always get paid for. Like, man, we put our life on the line just like the creators put their life on the line too. Mm-hmm. We have to make the shit that's on the paper. We have to bring it to life because we bring our arts and talent to that character that they wrote, and we got to bring to life. And they don't break the bank for the creators. You know what I mean? They can make something on the back end. I'm thinking about making the film now, and I'm going to reach out to a few people. Hey, look, I do not have this to pay you. Man, I have to get you, I have to feed you, I have to house you. Are you comfortable with this? And then I can make you, it's easy to make you a fucking producer and give you credits on the back end. Now, when you coming into the first day of you filming, now you're going to give it your all. Like, man, because I want this shit to sell so I can get something on the back end.
Yeah. I think that's an important note too, like how important some of these credits are just from just getting started factor. And also I think it gives people a sense of dignity and respect in the project because a lot of people will work on something and do it for a paycheck, but like you said, they don't have their heart in it. But like if you make someone a producer, or hey, they always wanted to be like a DP, and you're like, yeah, you can be a second DP, like you're really giving them their first job.
Exactly. You giving them the keys, you literally stepping over on the passenger side and be like, hey, drive it. Just drive it like 5 or 10 miles. You know what I mean?
And then get the fuck out.
Right, get the fuck out. I'm gonna get back in. I'm gonna drive us the whole way. But I mean, at least you can get the experience of just like seeing how that operate. You know what I mean? That's
cool.
dope. That's dope. It's fair, man. Everybody eats.
Yeah. We just talked to our buddy. Everybody eats Marco.
Yeah. That's my brother right there, man. Yeah. That's my boy. And I love that the whole rollout And his boy D Rose, man, put the shirt on, and everybody had the shirt, and he designed it, bro. That was beautiful, man.
He brought us shirts. I've been wearing it on stage, dude. Everybody after, where'd you get that D Rose shirt?
Yeah,
and they all are ready to buy it.
I got shirts from him. This early when he first was starting. I got shirts. I got hats from him. I always wear it, and people ask me like, "Damn, I like that slogan. Everybody eats." That's dope, man. That's one person I want to meet as well. D Rose. He seems like a solid guy, bro.
He really does. He seems very humble for who he is, and just really accomplished. And I like his attitude about things. I didn't love it in 2015, but now that I look back, I love it.
Yeah, man. I wish he would have had the opportunity. If fucking Carmelo Anthony would have came to the Bulls that previous year, bro, we would be walking. We probably would have had a championship.
Yeah,
because that's all he needed. Because when they locked him down that year, and I'm a Bulls fan, man. I was hurt that year when LeBron and when they locked D Rose down, they felt that he was the key to that fucking trailblazer that was going, man. They shattered the whole Chicago dreams, man. That was the closest we ever got to a championship, bro.
Oh my God. Yeah, I was talking to somebody the other day. They said, what'd they say? They said, yeah, when you bring up time machines, girls are always like, yeah, I would go back and see what my grandma was like. And guys are like, if it's 2015 and you're up by 20 and there's 2 minutes left, do not go in. Do not go in.
You're right, man.
All right, we're gonna do what I call rapid fire.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna ask you a bunch of questions. Just answer them like first thing that comes to your mind. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Favorite food spot in Chicago?
This ramen place called The Fuck You.
Really?
I think that's what it's called.
Where's
I just
that?
said The Fuck You in Chinatown.
In Chinatown? Oh yeah, they got the best ramen over there.
I love that ramen.
Is ramen your favorite food?
Yes, I need to slow down on it. But
have you ever been to like Japan or anything?
No, I would like to go.
Okay.
I would like and to shop there too in Japan.
Yeah, they got cool shit.
Yeah.
Favorite Chicago artist?
Kanye West.
Kanye West.
Mm-hmm.
Favorite, not favorite, but like, who was your biggest influence growing up?
I would say, growing up,
yeah,
man, I would say Future.
Future?
Yeah, Future.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Did you play sports?
No, I just did it to prove the guys that I'm not a pretty boy and I can do this.
Are you a big sports fan?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay. What's your team?
The Bulls, but my favorite all around player was AI Allen Iverson. And then Tracy McGrady. Yeah.
Okay. Are you a Bears fan, Cubs fan, Sox fan, or mostly
I'm just
NBA?
Chicago.
Just Chicago at that point?
Yeah. My favorite football team coming up was the Patriots. Tom Brady. I liked his backstory, and I like how he was basically the underdog. He was a nobody, and he turned that shit around, and he's all time greatest. Yeah.
So for football, you didn't feel loyal to Chicago, but like
for sure
wasn't really your thing.
When they didn't make it Patriots, I was going automatically with Patriots.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
What point in your career did you finally feel like, okay, shit, like I'm doing this, I can relax, or have you not gotten there yet?
I'm not there. I can't relax, but
maybe relax is the wrong word, but like you felt really positive about where you were at.
It was December. No, it was January 2023 when the first day of set, and then I heard that I was going to be on multiple episodes, and I was able to quit my job because I was working at a factory at the time. Yep, that was when I got that light bulb, that thing, like, okay, this is what I'm doing, seriously.
What's your source of motivation?
My babies, man. Yeah, I gotta just seeing my daughter smile. You know what I mean? Just seeing that she can be able to be happy of who I am and be proud of, like, oh, my dad is on TV. So that's my ultimate source of, like.
Favorite fashion brand?
Right now, or just all time favorite.
Whichever one you want.
Right now, I'm gonna say me. Okay. Eros Christ.
Okay. Yeah, why not?
Y'all haven't seen it yet, but the shit in my mind, man, I'm taking over, bro.
Okay. But, like, what about, like, if you were to buy though?
If I was to buy right now, I like this company called Well Done. I like Rick Orn 424. I like Kristen Dada. I don't know if I'm saying that right. And I like Huron Preston. They got some good stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who is the
Reese Cooper? My bad. Reese Cooper got some good stuff too.
Reese Cooper?
Mm-hmm.
Who's the coolest person like in your mind that you've gotten to collaborate with or work with? And why is it Nick?
Celebrity? All right, I was gonna say regular, because cousin Nick, that's the coolest fucking guy in the world.
Yeah, like celebrity. Like was it,
celebrity?
or meet or interact with? Was there somebody that you were like, whoa?
Man, I had a good talk and a good experience when I met Wood Harris. You know who Wood Harris is? He's an actor.
Can we pull up Wood Harris?
He been on every fucking thing, bro. Literally.
I think when you said it earlier,
he's from Chicago. He's from the West Side too. He's from the West Side of Chicago.
Okay. Oh yes, I do.
Wood Harris, bro.
That's
Literally.
him in the thumbnail, right?
Yes, him right there, bro. When I say this man been in every
what's the huge thing? What's the one thing he's in that like I don't know?
Shit, he
Paid in Full.
Yeah, he was Ace in Paid in Full. Oh, that's his brother too. His brother is a legend as well. I know you've seen his brother. I know
right here on the right.
Yes.
Yes, I have. Yeah, I have.
Random moment how I met him. I'm going to tell you how I was standing in LA and I was talking to this female. She was working for Hollywood Unlocked. It was literally nothing at the time, but it's one of the biggest platforms out right now. And she had access to literally everything. So she was cool with Kristen Combs. And we was at a studio session. He was gearing up to put out his single with Chris Brown at the time. And this before he even put Chris Brown on, it was somebody else. And I literally left his studio and went to, it was like a lunch, like a snack room I went to. Fucking Wood Harris is sitting on the couch watching the KRS-One documentary, bro. And we sat there.
It's a good documentary.
2 hours we sat there talking and smoking to the point that the girl thought I left. And she went in there to get some water. And she's like, oh, shit, like, I thought you left. But, yeah, just sitting there talking to him, bro, just picking his brain. This guy's, bro, he's a fucking mythical creature, bro. Because I was like, I would have never expected just walking in a snack room and seeing fucking Wood Harris chilling there watching the KRS-One documentary, bro.
Do you remember, like, did he say something to you that you were like, were you starstruck? Were you just like, holy shit?
At first I was. I walked, I'm like, oh shit, Ace. He was like, he was funny as hell. He was like, yeah, man. Like, take a seat. Just talking, bro, about life. I can't even tell you what he said because there was so much going on around that time. But man, it just meeting him and just seeing how down to earth he was and connecting with a Chicago native. You know what I mean? I remember slightly asking him, how was it growing up in Chicago? But he was fortunate enough to, move around, and he didn't really. I don't think he really spent too much childhood in Chicago.
Okay.
Just like Lorenz Tate, it was dope meeting him too. But that was another one that's from the west side of Chicago that made it out. But Wood Harris, bro, that was definitely after that. I was just so motivated by him. I just thought about him every time that I did stuff that let you know, like you. Bro, you got to think about he worked alongside of so many big artists. Bro.
Yep. That's amazing. That's a good one.
And still working. Like, he did so much, and he just keep his head down and just do the work.
Yeah.
I never really heard nothing bad about it.
That's a commendable thing, yeah. Yes.
He never did. I never heard no smut on his name or nothing. He like the actor Nate Dogg. Yeah. He give me like the active version of Nate Dogg. Nate Dogg came through, killed shit, and went home, and you never heard nothing about Nate Dogg, literally.
Is there somebody that you like wish to meet one day, or like it's always been a dream of yours to meet, you haven't yet?
Man, Denzel and Leonardo DiCaprio. Leonardo DiCaprio and
have they even been in a movie together, Denzel and Leo? That'd be a great movie.
Nah.
Nick, make it happen.
Make it happen, Nick. What's going on? Put me in it too. Fuck it.
That's like a mix of Training Day and Inception.
Yes,
that would be great.
That'd be insane.
Yeah.
Need it. But he said he got like I think he named about like 6 projects he working in, and he done.
Yeah.
I need to work harder, man. You know?
Yeah, I've heard that, like,
I need to do something. I need to get up there.
when Hollywood, like, makes a script, they always offer it to Leo first and, like, 2 other dudes, and, like, everything else everybody gets is just what they passed up on. I get it. He sells, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna watch it. If it's good or bad, you're gonna see. You're gonna be like,
that's true. Yeah.
Him and Matt Damon. I
What
watch.
Denzel does because all the chaos in life and how busy we all are. He says he wakes up an extra 30 minutes early every day, and just in complete quiet sits
Silence.
there.
Yeah.
And doesn't look at his phone. He said it's gonna be, start with 1 minute.
I gotta do that.
Yeah, and just.
You know what? I've
sounds
been
nice.
doing that. That's the second time I heard that, but I've been doing it on my own. But I don't do it in silence. I use sound waves, like hertz.
Oh, yeah.
Sound waves to like clear my mind. I get in the shower, turn the water on, and just let that play on my speaker. And just
Have
let
you
it
seen the reverse
vibrate off the
aging
wall.
guy? That guy who's reverse aging. He's
Nah,
he's
never
not.
seen it.
He looks like a 60-year-old high school kid, but yeah, he like spends all this money. Like, he's an investment now. Like, I think there's like $8 million a day into him taking all this shit to like see what works and reverse
Right.
aging.
Damn. I mean, I'm gonna take care of myself, bro. I ain't cheating death. I mean, the shit gonna come anyway. We know 2 things: you born and you die. So I'm not fucking. I mean, but I'm gonna be healthy. I'm gonna, do my best to stay healthy. But just reversing age, that's showing wisdom on me. I mean, if I look old, shit, I'm gonna look good, and I'm gonna do my best at looking that 67-year-old with the gray hair, and I'm gonna be smelling good than a motherfucker, and I'm gonna be looking good.
I don't know if I remember. I can't remember if I asked you this earlier, but we were talking about kind of like being stressed out, and Nick made me think of it. Like, what do you do to unwind?
Man, first of all, get that phone away, bro. Like, I've been learning to just sit my phone down and lose it purposely, and just play that hurts noise, that white
You really
noise.
like those like binaural beats and that kind of shit?
Yes, that shit
Okay.
helps, bro. And just like thunderstorm sounds and like rain,
Nature.
falling. Yeah, that helps a lot.
I like that. I should try that. I used to do that,
Just
and
try
then
it.
I think I took it way too far. I found myself like working out, listening to like beats and like noises in my ear.
That
And I
helped,
remember
though.
being like, "What the fuck am I doing? The fuck is
You
this?"
was at
I'm like,
peace though, right?
Yeah. Am I a fucking robot? I gotta listen to music. I feel like a crack.
Bro, it was one time I was just this recently too. I found myself just listening to all like white sounds and like hurts. I'm like, damn, let me play some music.
Yeah,
bro.
right. You got to get out. You
But my
can't-
mind was like not in the car. I was somewhere else.
Yeah.
No lie. My mind was probably like 5 years ahead. Just thinking.
Your phone hooks up to the car. Still got the white noise on from last night.
People, right? People get in the car like, what the fuck?
at like 50 volume. You're like, what the fuck was that?
They're like, yeah, I got trauma.
You like, let me act normal again. Let me play some regular.
I got the
music.
wind makers in my room. I got 2 of them because I outgrew the noise of one, and I need 2 going. So they're just like this little machine you press on, and
make that wind.
they're
noise,
humming.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'll even go and turn on the microwave fan. So I need just like as much noise, like
Like
humming.
white noise?
Yeah. So like literally, I'll turn the microwave fan on. The 2 things in my room. Like I need.
Peace.
Yeah.
That's peace, bro.
And then the garbage man wakes me up at 5 a.m. every day.
Damn, really?
Yeah. Anyways,
Hi,
hey, this is a great podcast though.
All right, I got one more question for you, and then we'll wrap things up. Well, before I do that, did you have anything you wanted to ask Nick? You good? Okay. One more question. All right, do you have a favorite quote? Or mantra or something of the sort?
Well, I got a quote from my grandmother. Everything you do, give it 110%.
Your grandmother used to say that?
Everything you do, give it 110, because 100 is not good enough. Because that's what you coasting. You're trying to get to 100 to coast.
Yeah.
Give it a 10% more to show that to show effort, showing that you're ahead of the class. And then she always said that just work harder than others. You know what I mean? Work hard. Just be ready.
That's amazing. That's a great note to end things on.
Oh, she also said,
Yeah.
Never leave the house without washing your ass, because you never know what the day is going to bring to you.
By the way, if you're somebody who regularly walks out of the house with an unwashed ass, there's so many things needing to be reevaluated.
You're right.
Yeah.
No, I mean, sometimes you have a busy morning. You're like, damn, let me go out. I need to run some errands and all that. And then,
fuck that. You always take 5 minutes.
You're right. You got to hit that.
Wash your ass.
Man, you got to, shit, shower, and shave, bro. You got to.
Hell yeah.
Triple S.
All right. Well, always give 110%, and every day, wash your ass, kids. This has been fun. Thanks for doing this, man.
All right. Thank you, brother.